First off, how much body fat can you lose in a week, and how much does science say that you can lose in a week? The most body fat you're going to lose in a week on average is around 2 pounds per week. Just because the scales say that you lost 3 pounds doesn't mean you actually lost 3 pounds of body fat. You may have lost and most likely lost 2 pounds of body fat, 1 pound of water weight or glycogen from the muscles. The science says that you can actually lose around 2.5 pounds per week. That's what the studies suggest. But those people are rare, that's not everybody, and in extremely rare cases, some people can lose 3 pounds per week. Don't be that type of person that thinks that you can lose 3 pounds a week, because that's almost nobody. You should always be aiming to lose around 2 pounds per week. For females, it's more like 1 pound per week. And also if you're a guy and you're losing 1 pound per week, that is good as well. You don't have to be discouraged by not losing 2 if you're losing 1 pound per week. Like I said, don't aim for 3 pounds per week because more is not always better. And most of the times the people that are losing 3 pounds per week are just losing a lot of muscle mass. Now you know how much body fat you can expect to lose per week. Let's talk about how to double your rate of fat loss. The first thing I would want you to do is to actually eat more calories. And there's a reason for this, and that's because so many people are in this state of always trying to lose weight, always trying to lose body fat all the time. They always seem to be trying to eat less or trying to restrict calories. And what happens when you're doing that over time, you're constantly in that state, your metabolism slows down. Your body is trying to stop you from starving to death. And so what we need to do is actually boost your metabolism. And what I actually want to do is make your body like a machine. Let's say the base level of metabolism is here for most people. I want to take you to there. And at the moment, you're probably in this range. You're probably below the average. And that's probably because a lot of you are restricting calories too much. So for 6 to 8 weeks, what we're going to do is we're actually going to gain weight. And I know it's hard to hear, but it's necessary. We need to do that to burn the most body fat. You need to optimize your hormones and optimize your metabolism. What's amazing about this strategy is when we spend that 6 to 8 weeks boosting the metabolism, optimizing your hormones, then when you go back to eating in a calorie deficit, you will lose a lot more body fat because the body knows you're not starving anymore. So the way we do this is take your body weight in pounds, multiply it by 14, and eat that many calories per day for 2 weeks. You will need to track your calories, you will need to be accurate, account for everything, every drink that you have, every piece of chewing gum that you eat, everything that you consume, anything you put in your body, you need to track that as calories. It doesn't matter what it is, even cooking oils, everything you're using, everything you're consuming needs to be tracked. And that way you take your starting weight whenever you start, whether it's tomorrow or next week, whenever, and you take your weight at the end of the 2 weeks when you've eaten that many calories per day. What you're aiming for is to gain anywhere between 0.5 and 1 pounds over that 2 week period. If it's more than that, then you can lower those calories just by 100 or 200. If it's less than that, then eat more calories, maybe 100 or 200 calories more. So per week, anywhere between sort of 0.3 and 0.5 pounds per week is what you want to gain. If you do this for 6 to 8 weeks, yes, you're going to gain 3-4 pounds of body fat, but all of your hormones such as testosterone, your metabolism is going to be way up here. You're creating your body is like a machine where your base calories are so much higher than most people's. The idea behind that is then when you reduce those calories again, you will lose so much more body fat. And basically you're just teaching the body that everything's okay, you're not starving, because if you're constantly in that state of eating lower calories, you will see muscle atrophy, you will see less energy, you will see a worse body. You won't lose more body fat by just constantly eating less all the time. So at the end of that 6 to 8 week period, then you can go back to losing body fat again and maybe spend 4 weeks eating in a calorie deficit. You put 3 pounds on, but now we're going to lose 8 pounds, so we're 5 pounds up, and then maybe spend another 4 weeks eating more calories, and then after that another 4 weeks eating lower calories again. So it's constantly fluctuating like that, and that's allowing your body to burn body fat the right way. If you enjoyed anything in this video so far, don't forget to just press that like button, it takes a second. Another really good way to double your fat loss is only reserved for people who have a healthy metabolism, who have a healthy relationship with their body. and that is to actually eating it quite an extreme calorie deficit. So for example, if you've spent that 6 to 8 weeks like increasing your calories, increasing your metabolism, doing the right thing, and let's say you have 3 weeks to get ready for a wedding or you're going to a special event, what you can do to double your rate of fat loss is actually eat in a quite extreme calorie deficit. So to do this, you would take your body weight in pounds multiplied by 9 and eat that many calories per day. For that 3-week period, it's not going to be very fun. I wouldn't recommend a lot of strenuous exercise. If you're weightlifting, don't lift heavy weights. Don't do too much volume for that week. And it's very important to understand that this is not a long-term strategy. Eating that low amount of calories for a long period of time can really cause problems with your health. But for the short period of time, 3 weeks, if you've got a very healthy relationship with your body, if your metabolism is high, that's going to be okay. You will be able to lose 6 to 9 pounds of body fat in just 3 weeks by doing that. I can't stress this enough that this is not a long-term strategy, and a lot of you might actually use this and think, wow, that works really well, but you will be sacrificing some muscle as well if you're going to be eating in that much of a calorie deficit, and overall, don't use this as a long-term strategy. A big mistake that a lot of people are doing when they're trying to lose weight is doing cardio. I'm not against cardio for losing body fat. It can help, but people think by running, by exerting themselves, by giving everything they have into a 1-hour cardio session, that all of a sudden that's going to help them lose weight. It's really not. All it's going to do is make you more tired and more hungry. And when you have those two things combined, what are you going to do? You're going to eat something right after that cardio session. If you spend an hour on a treadmill, you may burn 200 calories. Do you realise how easy it is to eat 200 calories? Just a piece or 2 pieces of fruit or a protein shake, and straight away you've gained back what you've just spent an hour doing in the gym. If you do want a type of exercise, for men or women, I recommend weight training. It's not only going to make you look better once you've lost that body fat, because you're going to have more muscle, and that again does apply to women as well. Just adding a pound of muscle for a woman is going to make you look far better than just losing body fat and being skinny. The video that I want you to watch next is on screen right now, and it's titled How to Lose Belly Fat. So in that video I talk you through exactly how to lose belly fat. Make sure you stay until the end of that video and you'll know everything you need to know on how to lose belly fat.